Yeah, got Lilis, you said that you put a no update sticker on your card, but do you still want to say anything maybe about any updates?
Thank you, Farah. So, basically, previously we focused on Airbnb, and I have to take the I have to done the what is that the pricing strategy by today, and then after the Airbnb pricing strategy done, I guess I can move to Booking.com. So, we'll activate the Booking.com campaign soon.
Oh, over to Jing.
Can
Yes,
I?
sir.
Okay, based on what we just saw with the Google Trends, would it be
Oh,
would it be wise to prioritize a Traveloka strategy before the Booking.com strategy?
mm,
I'm just saying.
I need to ask VD for the Jogja property listing on Traveloka.
Okay.
Yep. Sorry for that. VD,
Oh,
VD.
Oh,
oh yeah,
you're asking me
over to.
directly. I thought we were waiting for the update, but so
Oh,
yeah, regarding this one, actually, I kind of agree with Lilis that we should continue with Booking.com first, sir, because Traveloka has not have not been able. It's not in the MVP stage even yet. We are still setting up a lot of things.
Okay, I see. Um, got it. I need a little bit more clarity on this because there's two pressures, right? One is a data pressure, which shows kind of like where the customers are.
Yes,
The
correct,
second
correct.
is also a community pressure because one of the most requested
A
things
lot of
I'm
the
hearing from
partners,
people
yes, correct.
is why are we not on
Yeah,
travel?
I've heard that before. Yeah.
Uh, so let's put that in for the
um,
discussion today and discuss
Yeah.
how we need to prioritize each particular campaign. I know let's at least have an answer for the partners, right? For why we're not on travel.
Right.
Okay.
uh, maybe questions so everyone remember. Maybe we need to survey on what is the product that is sell in Traveloka, like hotels or something like that.
Uh huh.
Mm.
I mean, we don't have hotel, right? Only have like a homestay, something like that. So, is there any market for that in Traveloka?
For that one, actually, I am setting up a meeting with the channel manager for our
Traveloka?
properties in Traveloka.
The
Oh,
account
okay,
manager, you
okay.
mean.
Sorry, sir.
The account manager, because the channel manager is a software.
I mean, sorry, yeah, house manager. Sorry,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
Oh, I see. Got Lilis. Could you add that into, I guess, the discussion paper, just so we remember that you guys want to talk about that soon? And yeah, does anybody have any further comments on what Lilis just updated us with? Okay, if not, then we can move on to Katvini's pivot. So over to you.
Yes, so thank you very much, Ms. Cher, for BIE0. Actually, there's already quite a huge activity as seen in the campaign one. Actually, Joseph is helping me for the changing of base price as well as the discounts and weekly and monthly discounts in Tokid. And Caroline is helping me for because she's the only one who has access for the Airbnb profiles. And yeah, it's going okay, I guess, but the conversion rate to like the conversion rate to revenue is not assessed yet. That's for BIE0. So we're starting to apply that already. And for B51, actually, we've obtained the recommendation letter or the listing transfer letter from Dalam Pinarak. So it's basically in the stage of preparation because we're still figuring out what we can do and what we cannot do in Traveloka. There are some opportunities that have been offered for the month of September, but it includes discount, and therefore I have asked Aldo to reach out to the campaign to the channel home manager basically. But so far, I think the important part is that I will be doing an MVP together with my team will be Aldo and Andre. They have agreed to become my team for the MVP.
Oh, I see. Does anybody have any comments about what he just said? um, I see. Okay. Do you have anything else to add, Katvini?
No, no, no. The others will be done outside of this call.
All right. Great. Thank you. If there are no questions for Vinny, then I guess I'll give the floor to Joseph. So over to you about your campaign right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Michelle. So you can see for the funnel progress on the activity, and what I want to highlight is the analysis on the non-converting inquiries and the agent requests. So what I do is after I slow down my outreach, I try to reactivate all my agents again. So I chat them again, and I got a lot of requests from them. Four actually, not a lot. The requests are mostly they want property photo but without our logo, and I think we'll discuss it later in the discussion mentioned board. So yeah, that's all. That's all mine.
Okay, thank you, Joseph. Yeah, I think I saw you already put something down in the paper, so yeah, I guess we'll talk about that later. Does anybody have questions / comments for Joseph? Okay, then I guess I'll give my updates then. So yeah, well, I noticed that the social media listening campaign has been put on pause, so I won't be doing that for a while until it gets reactivated again. And when it comes to my my work in the digital marketing chapter, I'm going to be assisting Mascani with optimizing Instagram because well, as we just discussed in the cross chapter campaign scrum, he wants like that's an activated thing now. So I'm going to be helping him like figure out how to optimize the account and like increase engagement from like the 4,000 followers that the account has. Very low engagement. So I'm just going to be assisting with all that stuff right now. As well as helping him and Masuzal with optimizing the website campaigns. It'll just be put like it'll be shoved back in terms of prioritization, but I'll still be monitoring the landing pages and such. Like that's not stopping either. And yeah, I also fixed up my OKR paper yesterday with Katvini, so there's also that. Yeah, thank you, Jing, for looking over it. I'm going to make sure that I do it properly, so thank you. And yeah, that's pretty much all my updates. If you have any questions for me, like it's open to, yeah, over to Jing.
I have actually an announcement, but I want to actually ask a little bit more, Tara. So I noticed that we have almost a completely new website on the homepage. Was that your work, or how did that happen?
Oh, that wasn't me at all. I came back and they informed me about it, but it was, I guess I think I could argue that it was somewhat inspired by me because I made this whole thing about buttons and putting buttons everywhere.
Okay.
Like, but I think the idea is really good. And I'm helping Masizal fix up like the copywriting stuff on the homepage.
Okay.
And yeah.
Whatever it is, it's working actually. So we've been getting the insights from Google Analytics that say that essentially most of our pages are experiencing less bounce rate, which means that people are lingering on them longer. And with the exception of a few grammatical errors, which I think you also reviewed to Rizal, and also that I detected a few more, I think the overall layout is far superior to the old layout. So I think that is a progression. And I talked to Rizal today, and oh yeah, for everyone here, currently for business intelligence, one of our primary assets to get bookings is our website. But currently, we're not really using our website very much to get bookings. So I talked to Rizal this morning about considering to use Google Ads to direct traffic to the long-term rental page and to a few other pages where we have listed properties. Now, Rizal and I are still in discussion because the landing page has not been optimized, but I think I'll defer to Rizal for his decision on whether or not to use the ads or not. But for everybody in BI, that is actually one of our best tools to also accumulate revenue because it's pretty well ranked, and we just need to kind of tune it a little bit. And I think it can do even better. Okay, back over to the chair.
Thank you. And yes, I completely agree with what you said. I will be continuing to assist them with the landing pages and stuff because yeah, it has a lot of potential. So actually, that's pretty much it for my updates. And if there are no further comments for my pivot, then yeah, back to Jing if you have any other updates that you'd like to Okay. And I guess Wayana's not here, so let's see, like what her last update was. Um, so her last update was on the 16th, I think, yeah, of September. Um, and okay, so she got one impression from the BV Instagram, and then two other impressions from both Got Lilis and Ara. And she got a total of 6 responses. Then she got 3 freelancers and 3 properties, but still 0 partnerships. So that's the last update that she has provided us with. And well, since she's not here, does anybody have any information that they might happen to know regarding her?
Why is somewhere in
Vilifying?
Kampu? She's working on a deal right now with a
Hmm.
that came in through one of the Facebook campaigns, I think. So this is on the supply side, and I haven't heard from him since breakfast actually. So I don't know.
I see. Okay, thank you, Jing. Well, if nobody else has any more information regarding Wayana's Villa Finder campaign, then I guess we can look at analytics now. So I'll be sharing my screen for that. Okay. Okay, then. Yeah, sorry, just give it a minute. Okay. So I guess in the past couple of days, the number of like when we look at the booking pace, I mean, the number of bookings in each day is kind of lowered. Yeah, I don't think I have much to say about that. I mean, it's towards the end of September. It's just not a really optimal time for people to travel right now, anyway, regardless of the pandemic, right? So that's the most insight I can give. If anybody has anything to say regarding this slight drop in the booking pace, go ahead. um, yeah, over to Kapini.
Yeah, so I also noticed that the number of booking base actually drops, but if we see it, if we look at our revenue right now, it's already almost above 15% of the prediction from winter holds. And we also see that last week actually we got a lot of in month booking, and that's why it contributes to this month. And some of it are also pretty huge from lot 5 and lot 6, for example. But the number of bookings itself is actually have actually dropped and less denser than the month of August.
But they're more like expensive
They're
bookings.
more, yeah, and also more for this month.
Right. Oh, I
Was
see.
more
Okay.
for the future dates, for example.
Hmm. Okay.
And
Well,
also
thank
the
you
number
for
of cancellation also stopped, right?
Sorry?
The number of cancellation is also dropping, and even if there are cancellations, it's not cancellation for the month of September, but for perhaps October or December.
If you guys would like to look at that, you can, but can you also let me know where cancellations are? Like,
Oh, it's in coronavirus monitoring.
sorry? Here. Okay. Sorry, your voices were both like lagging
And
slightly.
if you look at the cancellation value,
Mm-hmm. Am I already here, or is it here?
new booking versus cancellation value. So yeah, if we look at that in from the 6th of September and 13th of September, we see that the number of cancellation actually drops, as opposed to the month of August, where we are actually producing a lot in month, but the number of cancellation is also huge. So I believe there was a time in August where we were stuck at 20,000 for like 3 days, even though we have bookings. So
Oh,
that's what is different this month. We have less cancellation.
well, that's good news then. I
Definitely
guess
good.
people are more confident in their decisions, I guess. That. And yeah, thank you for the insight, Kapini. Does anybody have any? Oh yeah, over to Jing.
Yeah, let me actually ask: does anybody have any explanation for that? I mean, I asked it last time, but maybe I have a bias because we seem to have been more actively sort of managing the reservations and the everything because we have more transparency on what's going on now. Is that what I don't know? Is it like we're paying more attention to detail now? Is that what's getting rid of the trend? Or I'd like to think so. I'd like to think that it's because of
Yeah, I also like to think so. The only thing that's stopping me from thinking so actually is because of the booking pace, right? If you
mm,
look at the number itself, it's not that's drastic, but the cancellation itself is what's slowing down.
okay.
Yeah, if even if we look at the conversion rate, for example, and the conversion rate from views to direct instant books or inquiry conversions, it's
Okay.
still not there yet.
Got it. Got it. Got
Mm.
it. Okay, understood. Um, Vidi, does product have any sort of influence on getting people to perhaps not cancel their reservations? You think?
Product, what product mean? What does product mean?
Meaning that we are asking all of our guests to check in using guest.bookingvista.com now. Do you think that has any
Oh
impact?
yeah, yeah, we're asking. Yeah, for that one, actually, we're not sure. But I can see what where like your where you get that idea. Like more commitment because you put check-in date and so on and so forth. You rethink
Exactly.
more and so on and so.
We're asking for
Yeah,
commitment
perhaps.
earlier rather than like because I'm thinking sometimes maybe if we don't reach out to a guest, they go maybe the host is dead or maybe the host doesn't really, you know.
Oh yeah, actually, we discussed about that in product just now regarding notification to ensure that the guest is directly approached after booking. Yeah,
Right. And I'm wondering if
yeah,
that
that's what we're trying.
then reduces the tendency to cancel. Because if I know my host is waiting for me, then I probably won't cancel. But if I'm not even sure if my host is still like, okay, I'll give you a very simple example. When I go out to eat now, I don't know if the restaurants I'm going to go to are actually going to be open, right? But if they message me and they say, "Hey, we're open. We're having a happy hour this time," even if I probably won't cancel then, right? I'll probably go, okay, chances are they're going to be open. So I'm wondering if that has any impact. So, anyways, it's just
Yeah,
not
yeah,
possible.
that's a hypothesis, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's also possible.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Okay. Does anybody have any further insights that they want to look into or tell right now? Okay, I'm going to switch over to RM tools then. Okay. Okay. So, all right then. From what I've seen from the last week's Scrum, I don't believe there's been much change. I mean, from what I remember, yeah, it's generally the same. So I guess that just means things have been pretty steady. I guess. And yeah, over to Jing again.
There's some good news. So Rafik is going to La Jolla today, and we'll ask for his update. I think tomorrow because they give an update on community. I believe he's talked to La Jolla about the CSC program, and La Jolla has informed him that they already are. Well, I'll wait for Rafik to tell us that, right?
Oh yes, yes, yes. Katendi actually already marked Lajay as certified, and we've already applied that to Airbnb actually. So
Okay, good. So we should probably.
yeah, we just have to update the list here.
Okay, cool.
Hmm.
Good.
So technically, this should be blue now, if
Yes,
I
this
understand.
should be blue. Yeah, it's already applied in the list in this community CSC list.
Okay, that's good. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Okay, thank you for the update, you guys. And well, there are a couple there are a couple of big discussions I think that we should be having. So I think we should move over to the paper now. So I'll share my screen for that. Please give me a minute. Okay. Sorry, I have a lot of tabs. Okay, here.
Search.
All
Okay.
right, I think we should start with Joseph's discussion. So over to you about, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Michelle. So I believe on previous campaign Scrum, Jing said that if we are gonna start the Instagram campaign, and we want to like, how do you say that, use that for my agents too. But I'm thinking if we post it on Instagram using Beefy's watermark, and then we ask the agent to promote that, what is stopping the customer from going directly to us instead of the agent? And which is why I propose, can we share the photo of our properties that has not yet been marked by Beefy to the agent? Yep, that's actually what I want to ask. Any any thoughts? Yep, Jing.
Yeah.
Okay, Joseph. Yeah, of course you can create those catalogs. My question is, somebody's already done this in the company. Somebody already had
Oh, really?
a photo sharing site. I forgot whether it was Tendi. I guess it's not Rizal because I just asked Rizal and I don't think.
Oh, actually, sir, I have the photo. I have the unmarked photo. It's
Okay.
from
It's
Gani.
unmarked photos. Somebody already has a website. I forgot what it's called. It was called something like I forgot what it was.
Yeah, Lilith shared the tool, sir.
Oh, Lilith has it.
Oh, is that the
The
long-term
gallery
page?
that you shared to everyone to be used, right?
Oh
There's
yeah, Andre showed it to me. Wait. I'm gonna check.
Yeah, so
yeah,
that's
right.
it. That you can use that then. I think. Yeah, Joseph.
Oh, okay.
The drive? Huh?
I believe it's
What is
myalbum.com.
that?
Is it?
No, it's something else.
Wait, it's not. Okay.
HR, no,
No,
I think
no.
HR knows. Ask.
It's
Wait, Lilith is
no, not me, sir.
okay.
I'm only making the long-term page.
Okay. Let's do this. Joseph, can you ping
I
Andre
don't know
really
about that.
quick? Andre and Tendi about this idea. I think they already have this, so it's fine. Yeah, you can just. Yeah, I guess you can just post it on wherever they're posting right
Okay.
now. Essentially, what I understand from that is that they uploaded all our Google Drive photos onto the site, and it makes it into an album, right? It makes it into like a photo
Hmm.
album, and then they
Um,
get the guests to look at that photo album. Yeah, does that
Okay.
make
Okay.
sense?
Yeah, that makes
is
sense.
that a drive link? Do you mean, sir?
No, it's
Google
not. No.
Drive?
It's actually quite nice. It makes it into like a book almost, like an online book. It's actually quite attractive.
Oh,
Yeah. I forgot who came up with that idea. I think it was Andre or Tendi. It might have been Tendi. I think they already have that, so you can probably just use whatever platform they're using. And yeah, feel free. So just take the Google Drive photos, upload it into that platform, and it makes it into like a yeah like a carousel, right? So that the people can take a look at it.
Wow.
Okay, sir. I'll
Well
do it.
then, do you have anything else you want to ask, Joseph?
No. That's enough. Thank you.
All right then. I guess we'll move on to the next. Oh, wait. Okay. Sorry, I just saw you typing out Lilith. I was a bit confused for a second. I guess we'll move over to Jing's question about the prioritization of either Traveloka or Booking.com. So over to you, Jing.
Okay, so there's yeah, I think I said it already. I'll just go into the discussion. Does anybody have any thoughts?
Yep. So one, regarding the fear of overbooking, that's why we applied very niche property list. We only have three currently in Traveloka,
Okay.
because it's not connected to our Toolkit account. We currently Andre is monitoring through email as well as Terra.
Right.
There's a potential problem with overbooking. That's one. And number two, regarding the pricing structure in Terra, is very limited. I've tried setting the price for these three properties, and it's quite a lot more complicated than
I
Tokit. Like
understand.
you don't have a rate table. You have to assign
Okay.
the
I get it.
price somewhat. Yeah, there's a lot of complication with the features basically, and also we're still not used to. There might be overbooking case if we put in the big properties, for example.
Okay.
Therefore, what we're proposing is guest houses can also be included in Traveloka, but again, we're still trying with these three properties because these are the most potential properties in Jogja.
I see. Okay. I have something to add to that then. Can we can we do this, guys? I can't go to the partners and tell them this, right? Because then they'll just want to list it themselves. So what can we do? Can we compromise?
We can tell them that we are slowly migrating one by one.
Okay, so that still isn't good enough because they'll still probably put it on themselves because they can put it on one day. Can we do this?
Right.
Can we think of it this way? If Airbnb isn't getting us bookings and we don't expect it to, can we just say we commit to one platform or the other for certain properties? All right. So if a property isn't getting any bookings on Airbnb, then we just shut them off on Airbnb and we put them completely on Traveloka. That way they at least have a chance. Um, I'm thinking for probably Mega's property, the Maharaja Villa, and some of the other ones that are currently getting no activity at all. This is this is something that I can report to them and I can say we're doing our best, right? I can't report to them and say because we have a internal complication with setting the settings on the prices. That's why we're not going to do this. They would go like, well, then I would do it, right? And I would do what I need to do in order to get the bookings I need to get. So in this particular way, this is what I'm asking for. I'm asking for us to compromise. A compromise means that we get to our objective. It's not the best way, but it is better than where we are today, right? In terms of how we're trying to serve the partners that are on that. I understand we want a perfect solution. We want to have like a fully integrated thing, but I think at the moment, if Traveloka is where the party is, and we are not going to that party, then our partners will go to that party by themselves. Um, that's my opinion, but I'm open to also understand a little bit more about bandwidth issues because I know we're all very busy and such, and moving to Traveloka does take time. So I need basically a strategy for this because I can't keep on telling the partners we're not going to move you over. We're not going to move you over. Um, that won't work for very long. Okay, let me back to the floor.
Over to Kat Lilith. I think you raised your hand.
Um, Anyone, do you have data for like how many property owners that asking for Traveloka listing? Maybe like we can
Sure.
prioritize with them first.
It's
Like,
two out
I know.
of
yeah.
actually 3 out of 3. Every time,
Sorry, sir.
I think we do have the data. Actually,
Three?
community engagement has the data, and I know of 3, and it's 3 out of 3. They all ask that. So every single owner, the one common thing is, why am I not on Traveloka? And right now, I think everybody in community doesn't really know what to say. And okay, we haven't interviewed all of them yet, but it's been pretty much the one common thing that we've kept on hearing.
Yep.
Yeah. So I do have the data on that. I think it's
Yeah.
more. I believe it's more. I believe they've already talked dozens. Okay, yeah. I'll wait for the internet thing to clear.
Yeah. So in that case, actually, we can try to accelerate Traveloka by applying more bandwidth to Traveloka. Then, yeah, I have the team ready actually. It's me, Andre, and Aldo, and yeah, we can try to invest more time,
Okay,
allocate more time, basically time budget. Yeah.
okay. Thank
Yeah.
you.
I guess I agree to add the list of property on Traveloka because if we only have like 3 samples, perhaps it's not really, representing the market if we compare to Airbnb or something like that. So perhaps we have to add more list.
Okay,
Traveloka?
let's go to plus. I would like. Oh wait, sorry, I misunderstood. So, it's more than 3 actually. There's a campaign manager in the community for the community engagement, and I think it's either Rafik or Tendi, right? So, have a talk with them because they can tell you
Yeah.
how urgent this is, right? And I believe it's pretty urgent because it's one thing. In the 3 times I've heard it, everybody mentioned that. So it's probably more. It's probably like
Yeah,
12.
it's more. It's more.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, it's
probably
more.
filled out as
I've
well.
heard it a few times from owners too.
Yeah, and we know it too, right? So
Yeah.
it's not something that we don't know either. So I'm pretty reasonably confident that if we don't do something about it, it makes us look very not agile. Right? It looks us, yeah, it's very not agile and doesn't inspire.
Careless.
Yeah. Okay. And with regard to this video, I mean, there's no guarantee yet. So I just yeah, pivot, right? Just kind of like start doing a little bit more Traveloka. If it starts picking up, then do a little bit more. And maybe we need to pivot a lot of our properties over from Airbnb to Traveloka if it happens to be in this scenario where there's only domestic travel. It seems like a good temporary solution. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Agreed. I believe starting from this week, we will have a what do you call it? Routine Scrum for
Okay.
Traveloka actually.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Oh, I see. Well, thank you, everybody. Are there any more comments to be said regarding Traveloka? No? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, I got Lilis. You're frozen, so I couldn't tell
I
if
need
you were speaking or not. Yeah? She said we need to invite her. Oh, to a meeting?
Traveloka.
Oh yeah,
Ah.
sure.
Look at the double.
Okay. Let me write this down. Okay. Oh man. Okay. All right. Are there any more comments that anybody wants to say? And if not, does anybody have anything else they want to discuss, even if it hasn't been put down?
I believe Lilis has a discussion below.
She does. I mean, she put. Oh man, she put that it was done. If this is what you're talking about, or did you? Oh, you meant that one. Okay. I mean, unless Scott Lilis, you do want to add something anyway. The floor is still over to you. If you do want to say something.
Oh.
Yeah.
Am I lagging?
Sorry.
Yes.
Yep.
You're freezing a lot.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay.
Okay, let me guess. Maybe Liz just trying to confirm whether the revenue meant was actually like the profit or the total sales number. So I think it's already clear that it actually refers to the sales, right, for 33,000, sir.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Here's a good. I think we need to get our finance terms right, and I'm a little bit afraid to say, but I think we've actually been not getting it right. I believe sales is the overall money that we make for everyone, right? So sales
Yep,
is
correct.
the big number. Revenue is what we bring in to our company, and then profit is what we get after we subtract all the
Yes, correct.
expenses. So
Yeah.
so actually, this whole time, I know we call it revenue management, but it's more actually like sales management.
Sales management.
Yeah, it's more like sales management. But we think of ourselves as whatever. We think of ourselves as a gigantic hotel, so that's why it's called revenue management. So the correct finance term, I think, is a sales number. The revenue number is about 17.5% of the sales number because that's what we receive as commissions to us. And then the
Yep,
profit
correct.
right now is like in the negative right now, right? Because we're losing money every month. But the goal of having that sales number is so that we essentially balance, right? Our revenue is equal to our expenses, and we function as a nonprofit organization for a little bit. But yeah, that's the best way I can describe it. Yeah.
Okay. I always thought that everybody was using sales and revenue like interchangeably, so I just thought they were exactly the same.
If I'm
But
not
okay.
mistaken- oh, let me go to Joseph. Actually, he's the finance person. Joseph, is that correct?
Yeah, actually, sales and revenue are the same.
Yeah,
Even
that's why I was at school.
general finance term, it is the same. So,
All right. All right. So sales is the overall amount that we create for everyone, including our partners. Revenue is what we create for ourselves. Profit
Yeah.
is what I bring home.
I believe
Yeah.
in general, it is the sales refer to revenue. Revenue that you mean refer to gross profit, and then the profit is the net profit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
net
yeah,
profit.
Okay.
Yeah.
it's kind of the same.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, thank you for the clarification because I've been understanding a lot of things differently then. So yeah.
So in that
eh,
definition, it means the sales then, Lilith. But it's what we've always called revenue before. So yeah, if that makes any sense. Yeah.
okay.
If we made 33,000 in revenue, that would be really good. That's pretty much what we did before. Right? So
Oh man. Well, I think that's all the discussions from today. And like I said, if you do want to discuss another thing, even if it's not put down, go ahead. And if not, I think we're over time. Am I correct? And like, maybe can
No, we're still 23 minutes ahead.
wait,
yeah,
wait. We don't finish at 11 anymore.
right. Oh, since we're ahead, can I discuss a few
Okay.
strategies?
Sorry?
Can I discuss a few strategies?
Oh yes.
I would like to actually investigate this idea of cross pollination strategies. Um, we are involved in a lot of channels, right? We're on Instagram, and I would actually like to ask TikTok. Lilith, you have a graph there about TikTok. Is that the trend of TikTok on Google search, or is that the trend of TikTok on like Bali Villa, or what exactly is the X and Y coordinate of that?
Oh yeah. That's basically TikTok in Indonesia, sir.
Is rising in popularity, and that's on Google Trends, right?
Yes, on Google Trend.
Okay. Has anybody bought anything on TikTok before?
No. But
Yeah. But
I like to
you know, sir,
I think Mas Rizal brought this up. I don't know when, maybe like a week ago or something. He brought up TikTok as a place that he wanted to like promote, yeah, Bukit Vista for awareness and stuff. And okay, like I have used TikTok, and I've never seen something like that before. I'm not saying it shouldn't happen because I think there's like a chance it could be used for like awareness and stuff. Like I think this graph is very accurate. It's very much really like it's really popular in Indonesia. Like I think the majority of the youth are using it, but it should mostly be used for like guest side stuff. I'd say.
Of course.
I don't think any property owners are in there, you know. So like, that's all I can say.
Okay,
So, yeah.
so here's what I'm thinking then. This is part of a larger strategy. The more channels we are in, the more that we can do like a what do you call it? A combination of linking two channels together. So we can link brand awareness in TikTok to maybe supply on Airbnb, right? Or we can link brand awareness in Facebook to supply. There's a bunch of like Frankenstein combinations you can start doing. So what I wanted to explore was, does anybody think that's worth exploring?
the TikTok one or the cross pollination one?
Just the cross pollination, like you
The
take
cross pollination one.
on one side
Yeah.
and you move it to another side.
Actually, yes. Well, we discussed about this before yesterday with Andre and also Lilis. So we are trying to pump in the awareness for Traveloka through Instagram.
Mhm.
So that's the actual. Actually, that's one of the plan for the initialization of Traveloka because we have maybe yeah. So it's already under progress.
Okay,
In progress.
got it. Let's just focus on what. Okay, then the next question is, besides Joseph's campaign, do we have any other research and development campaigns that we're looking at? Oh wait, we have the Instagram campaign now, right? So that's already a new one. Okay, all right.
Traveloka, sir.
And the Traveloka, of course. Okay, yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, so that's enough to work on then. Yeah.
I guess so, sir.
Okay, all right. Let's not add any
So-
more. Let's not add any more to that complication. Let's focus on what we have. Okay, that's it. Then pay no mind to TikTok.
All right, cool. um, do you want to discuss anything else? This is
I
going
think
to.
I have one general question for
Yeah.
everyone because I think this is one of the questions that
Yeah.
is faced by like in all the funnels. We see that the inquiry conversion is actually one of the most crucial part. We've tried analyzing the inquiries and so on and so forth, but we just can't pump the number up for some reason. Like we've seen from our side, from the host side, we've seen from the guest demand side and also the supply side. I think Joseph is also facing the same problem of no response. That's one of the most the most prevailing problem in Airbnb actually. And the no response. What's worse from no response? Actually, we don't know what we don't have any information.
Okay.
And the current attempt is only to reach out to guests again. But from what I've seen, although the due date is actually on Friday, it's not. It doesn't have any positive response yet.
Okay.
So any ideas? Basically, it is asking for everyone.
Ideas on increasing number of inquiries, if I've understood.
Inquiries conversion.
Conversion.
Conversion rate. Okay. I mean, that's kind of my problem too, because that's all I've been doing as well. I have no idea.
I think
I have an idea.
I guess.
Joseph first. Joseph first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right, okay. So uh, I'm thinking about the booking restriction. Like we gotta book for a minimum for a week because previously I there's actually one potential guest that is already interested, but she only wants to book for 2 to 3 days. And when I asked Vidi and I believe Andre, it turns out that the owner want it for a week. So the booking fails. It's like, can we negotiate that to the owner?
Yes.
Different
That's
properties.
I believe that is Villa Shanti, if I'm mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Pak Wiro actually, as we've discussed before, he put his stuff on unpaid leave, and he will only want to open his villa for a stay for example, minimum stay of 3 or a week, for example.
Oh,
So yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. Okay.
For the rest, as much as possible, we reduce the minimum stay from like 2 days into 1 day. Even lot five has no minimum stay for now. That's actually a known issue, but that's actually from the partner side.
Okay. Yeah, that's for me. Back to the floor.
Yeah, back to Jing. I think you also wanted to say something.
I think what we need to do, to be honest, is to train people how to negotiate better. So let's say Joseph's case, right? If there's an owner who won't take it, there's probably an owner somewhere that will take it. A 2 day stay, like even lot five, Eagle Lily will take it, right? So there's probably an opportunity. I mean, think about what we're really good at. We're good because we have a huge selection of supply, right? So if you have one property, yeah, you can't take it, then you're pretty much done. But we have like hundreds of properties. So I think thinking creatively and being able to, let's say, match a potential demand with a potential supply could be good. Let's say even this, right? Let's say we have a guest house that's empty, right? We could probably negotiate the guest, hey, look, would you like to take this guest house? It's entirely empty. And maybe we tell the owner, hey, look, would you rather just say this is exclusive for this guest for the next few days? And then they may just say yes. Okay, fine, right? So okay, all right, you pay this price and you get the entire guest house to yourself. So it's like a de facto private villa. So I think the creativity in negotiating could be one of the things. But here's another point. This is my thought. We don't have any data, right? We don't have any data on why we didn't convert. So maybe what I think we can do is we can start asking people who, let's say, who did not convert, hey, can I invite you back for a quick discussion on what did you? Okay, two questions. Did you eventually end up booking something, and who did you book for and why? Right? Because that kind of response will tell us a lot more about what is it we're missing. Right? Do we miss? Will they say, "Oh, it's because you weren't very helpful," right? Or like you didn't have the supply I was looking for, or I found a way better deal somewhere else, right? So I think we need to start collecting data on the failure points, just like any good engineers would, right? and then we analyze what it is that what is out there that's beating us, right? One, maybe they didn't book anything at all. It was just like a dull inquiry, right? Two, maybe they booked something, but it was half our price, right? And we should know that. And then three, maybe there was something with a better value point, or that was more closer to what they were looking for. So I think if we ask those questions, then we'll get much closer to uncovering why we're, because right now the inquiry has, if I'm not mistaken, Vidi, it's an open loop, right? There's no feedback from the broken parts to tell us what we should do next.
In Airbnb, it's because most of the guests do not respond even though we ask questions.
Ah, I see. Okay.
That's, yeah, that's what no respond means.
Okay, got it. For no responses, I think you can just wipe off, right? So a no response, somebody who doesn't respond, we have no control over that. If let's just say we've done our protocol, we've done our best to try to get a response from them. If they still haven't responded, we have no control over that. You can just discard that, right? Because you can't do a deal if you don't communicate. I mean, what if they
Yes,
actually
exactly. That's the point, sir.
communicate?
That's what I was trying to bring up because
Yeah.
I don't know about the negotiation part because there are no negotiation to begin with because there are no response.
That's fine. That's fine. That's an expectation setting then. So on our expectations, we just don't really count non-responses, right? So we've done our best. We responded within a certain time. We follow protocol, but if they don't respond, they don't respond. That's just kind of like and then that doesn't go towards. Sorry. Then we need a budget for that video, right? So we budget. Okay, what is the normal budget for a guest non-response even after we've tried? And then we just delete that from things that we try to optimize because there's no point in optimizing that, right? And then let's optimize the parts that, let's keep on trying to, this is what I'm talking about. Let's optimize the ones that got away that might have been bookings. I think that's where we need to look at. What was the
Yep.
low hanging fruit? And let's not pay attention to the rotten fruit so much, right?
Okay, sir. Yeah. So in that case, it's already under progress then.
Okay.
It's in regarding the pet friendliness and as well as the uh, supply issue in
Okay.
Villa in Canggu, for example.
Okay, that's fine. And
Then maybe the next question to follow that up is actually, since you're actually conversing, sir, could you tell us like uh, can you help us visualize what's happening
yes,
with the
I can. All right. So what I've noticed from being outside, I'd like to share this with you on marketing. Okay, so I'll share my screen and I'll show you what I've picked up. So what we've seen over the past 2 days so far is there's a few things that we can do on the marketing side to make things better. Okay. Yes. Thank you, Lewis. All right. So this is one of the trends that we noticed yesterday when we were in Bingen. And wait, where is it? Okay, okay. Three things. One, currently we're not utilizing the website very well. Okay, so that's an asset that needs to be improved. And the reason why the website isn't working, it's all in English. So we're trying to start to optimize the SEO strategy. Okay, so this will essentially, hopefully, improve our SEO ranking for the target keyword Sewa Villa Bali Bulanan, which is it's having more search volume than any other like English keywords at the moment. So this is one thing that we're doing. The next thing that we did is from the canvassing, what we discovered, we can observe evidence of occupied villas. Okay, so we saw that for the majority part, we see a lot of villas are being occupied, and the one common thing they had was surf racks. So what I started asking Ghani to do is that the thing that we noticed is surfing and fast internet seem to be the key features they're looking for. Surfing, fast internet, and what we hypothesize is privacy, which also means to cleanliness and safety. So if they don't, people we believe are not booking guest houses unless the guest house is right next to the beach. If the guest house is right next to the beach and is spotless, then it seems to be an exception. But the other properties that are getting booked right now have a lot to do with where the waves are, okay, and where there's good internet. So what we have actually done is we've anticipated a change in where the surf season will go. So this is actually pretty interesting and it's very specific to Bali. So the surf season is mostly on the west coast of Bali from June until August, June until September. Okay, and that's because of the winds. The winds are coming from the east, and they create a better surf condition on the west coast of Bali. During the wet season, starting right about now, actually September to about December, the winds reverse direction and they start blowing from the west to the east. And then there's a migration generally from people going to the opposite direction. So the points that you see here, Kramas, Green Bull, Nusa Dua, these become then the desirable surf spots. If you've noticed from the analysis of what Lilith did the other day, Bingan, Uluwatu, and Canggu, they're all on the west coast of Bali, and they all have fast internet, right? So I think knowing the demographic, this has something to do with that. Now, okay, Canggu seems a little bit more mixed bag. So going around Canggu today, we've seen that there are people staying, and they are primarily, we've been hearing Russian, English, and pretty much Russian and English is most commonly thing language I've been hearing on the street. And there are villas being rented because we see bikes parked outside, but these sometimes they have surf racks, sometimes they don't. So what we noticed in Canggu is that essentially the group in Canggu tends to be more of a mixed bag. Some people surf, some people don't. But the villas once again are more busy than the guest houses again. So what we've seen on the ground is that villas, privacy, something with fast internet, something close to where you can surf. That seems to be the uh, the data from what we've put together.
Right.
As an abstraction, you guys don't need to worry about that because marketing is essentially knowledgeable, and they're going to bring the right supply and the right demand based on that,
Yep. Yep.
that understanding. Yeah.
Of course. Of course.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm just wondering about the, for example, like how fast can we get these supplies?
How fast can we bring on decent properties?
These the supplies. How fast can we get the supplies?
Not
According
very
to the
fast
SLA,
right
it's
now.
two
Not
villas,
very fast right
two
now.
villas per month. Right?
Okay, currently the friction is actually approaching. So, so I think me and Wyana are the only people who are fluent at approaching right now. So we don't have enough lead generators in the field. We're training Rezel to do it, but right now he's still learning, right? So I think on the supply side, it's the target is 3 properties a month right now, right? 2 on the west side, 1 on the east side is what we discussed today. The actual Vidi is 4. So we've delivered 4 deals in August, which is double the SLA. But I think we can accelerate it, all right? And the reason I think we can accelerate it is right now I got a little bit more time to do it. We wrote the job description to do it, and we want to hire people to do it, right? So if we can
Yes.
hire
Yes. Of course.
canvassers to approach and bring in these leads, then I think we can probably see a higher conversion. We don't know for sure right now because there's still many layers of the funnel. There's still the negotiation on speaking with the lead. So right now we don't have certainty. We don't have a clear velocity on acquiring leads in the field at the moment. It should be fast, but without me and Wyana right now, it might not reach a meaningful pace.
Okay.
But we're trying. Yeah.
Yep, yep, of course. Thank you very much. Yeah, I was asking just to get the like the overview and visibility because now marketing don't have any actual Scrum, like it's not as frequent,
Mhm.
and therefore I'm just asking for visibility on the supply side because
You do. You can
I'm
see
just,
it actually. It's all in the campaigns, Diddy.
yes, correct.
So-
I'm just inquiring whether BI can help with those kind of stuff or the help is not needed. Right?
Help us hire somebody.
Yep.
No. So
Yeah.
the plan right now is to go. It's pretty elaborate. So we're planning to go to essentially different programs with student clubs. There's one student club at UGM is called the Hustle Entrepreneur Club. I was like, yeah, that's exactly the people we need. We need people to hustle, right? So this requires, I think, a lot of hustling. You need to go out and get the contacts from the construction crews or Pambantus or whoever to get the owner contacts. What you guys can help us with is this actually. So we cross pollination. If we can take, let's say, HAR inquiries that we have, once again, put them into Facebook groups where there's a lot of people who have supply, and then draw out the supply from that using the inquiry as a magnet. That might be able to accelerate the quality and the ability for us to actually generate leads. Because right now it's like we're doing a block. Now it's like urban warfare. We're like going clean. We're clearing out the street block by block, right? So it's kind of slow. But if we have a more digital method, then that might accelerate it.
Noted. Okay,
Okay.
I
Well,
understand.
thank you for asking. Yeah, that's what it looks like on the field,
Yep.
and it
Thank
is
you very
very
much, sir.
slow. It's super slow. It's not. I mean, this is one of the busiest cafes in this part of Canggu, and so from now until I think only 20 people have been here, and we've been here for about 2 hours, which is really slow compared to like normally there's like 20 people like every 10 minutes. Um, so
Yeah.
so yeah, and this is one of the busiest places. Yeah.
Um,
That's actually interesting insight. Thank you very much, sir.
Okay.
oh yeah. Thank you. Yes, that was also very interesting to hear. And I think there aren't any other discussions that need to be held right now. We can always extend if that's necessary, but it's now it's actually time. Sorry, I thought we ended at 11 like before. So, so yeah. Go ahead.
Are we missing anything from this new format? I just want to check because this is, I think, the second week that we've done this format. Does this work better or worse than before? Because we used to get together 3 times, but I just wanted to survey everyone's opinion.
Um, well, I'll start, I guess I like. I mean, I said this during the marketing scrum as well. I like the schedule just because it's easier for me personally. But like it's a very personal reason, but like yeah. And I think thing is, I thought it was only 30 minutes. So my criticism earlier was going to be I thought it was too short. But if it's like an hour like normal once a week, then I think it's fine. We covered a lot of ground, I think. So yeah, that's all I can say.
Okay. Thank you, Tara. Let's go, I guess, to Joseph. Do you have any thoughts about the new schedule?
Yeah, actually, I also think that this is more effective because uh, we actually have a lot of things to do before the Scrum, so that for every week Scrum we have bigger progress than before. Like if we do the Scrum 3 times a week, then the how do you say that? When then the progress that we report is not that big, but if we do it once a week, we can focus on the progress, and then when it comes to Scrum, we can report it big.
Okay.
Yeah.
Understood. Okay. Vidi?
Yeah. For me myself, dealing with campaigns, right? There are a lot of things to do. There are a lot of things to do, and having less scrum is actually quite useful. And even though we don't have scrums, like we still do pairings and sync up with other necessary members regarding different things. So that's also good. The only lacking thing, perhaps, as you've noticed, perhaps regarding the idea generation, because we don't jam as much. But I guess in the survival stage, having more activity and is more important right now.
Okay. All right. Thank you then. Do you have any idea of how we can generate ideas without getting together, or is that something that only happens when we sort of?
Uh, no, it's not necessary. It's not necessary, but I guess it's also because of the activity, right?
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's because
Lilith,
I think.
your thoughts then. Thank you, Vidi.
Pretty much the same with others, but perhaps additional thought is for Tara and also Joseph, if you have something to discuss, you can select me or video or Jing perhaps, or we can have pairing. So it is more effective. And regarding idea generation, actually, maybe because we still have many activities for like this last week, we don't really worry about don't having any really new idea, because we're still this executing. But in the future, if we feel that our campaign is like stuck, so that's time that we need to increase the discussion time, I guess, perhaps like twice a week or something like that. So it's adapting our situation, perhaps. That's my opinion, basically, sir.
Okay. All right. Sounds good then. So I guess we'll keep the structure, and for the following week, we'll probably reduce the number of campaign sync ups to 3 times a week, and that will allow people even more time to do it. Vidi, I kind of feel like campaigns are fluent now, right? We kind of have ironed out all the coordination things, and the expectations are clear now, and the focal points are also in focus, right?
Yes, yes, I agree. I agree. Actually, I've heard a lot from my colleagues regarding transparency and visibility of friction.
Mhm.
It's more apparent right now, especially in the inquiry conversion rate. We know how many inquiries we do not convert and what they are and what are the problems.
Okay.
I've heard from several employees that's the case actually, sir.
Okay, that's good. That's good. I'm glad we raised awareness, and who knows, in the future, it probably is a good way to detect problems for any stage of the funnel, right? It becomes it improves transparency. It's a be transparent, a core value. Okay, that's it for me. Back to the chair.
Okay. Thank you. And yes, thank you, Jing, for asking because